Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! I hope 2025 has been treating you all very well so far. And I just wanted to go ahead and take a moment to do a little sit down video and just look back at all of the things that I have accomplished in 2024. I did some things that I never thought I would have done. I've crocheted a top for a musician, I've opened up an Etsy shop, I've written my very first crochet pattern, and I've made numerous of tutorials, one of which has surpassed 100,000 views, which is crazy. And I've surpassed 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you all for that. And yeah, I've just done some really big things, or I guess I should consider them big things. I didn't consider them big things at first, they were just things in general that were happening, but I wanted to take a second to just think back on all the things that I've done, see the things that I've accomplished, and just actually give them their little moment in, the spotlight, because I don't tend to do that with myself, ever in any way, shape, or form. I just keep, moving forward, which after a while you do need to go back and reflect and just look at, where you started and how far you've come. So we are going to take a second to celebrate some of those wins. So I think the best way to start off by, just celebrating my wins is just going over maybe my top 5 favorite creations of 2024. And I think I actually need my phone for this because I don't remember everything. I do know my first thing. My number 1 favorite thing that I've made, hands down, is my little granny square sweater. I've made several of them. I think my most favorite is the one that I've worn the most so far, which is my red one. I think that might be because it was the first one I made, so it's your first love. But I really love that sweater. It's the most practical thing that I've ever made. I've really gotten so much wear out of this thing. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know. I just really amazed myself when making it. Yeah, the whole process was just really enjoyable, and I'm really appreciative that I took a little leap of faith, because I remember when I was first going into it, I was very scared to do it, and I didn't think it was going to come out looking cute, but I trusted the process, and look at what I ended up with. A masterpiece. So that hands down takes the number 1 spot. From there on out, I don't think any of these other things have a tier ranking. I just really like all of them. And surprisingly, all of my things that I'm most proud of are the things that I've just recently finished. No, it's not because of, that oh, well, I just finished it, so I'm really happy with it thing. No, I'm just getting better at this. So my second thing that I'm really proud of that I made this year is this little set, which I have not shown you guys in a monthly makes video yet, because I just finished this. And it's this really cute little bandeau top and skirt combination. Oh my gosh, getting all of the yarn that I needed to make this was a pain in the butt, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. Now that it's done, I'm oh my gosh, I need to go somewhere tropical expeditiously, because this is so cute. The world needs to see this. I love it so much. And it wasn't originally supposed to look like this, but I'm very proud at how it turned out looking. So that's number 2. Number 3 has to be, yet again, another piece that I just finished, and it is this drop stitch top. And I think the thing that I'm so proud of with this one is, 1, I challenged myself to learn a new stitch. I never did drop stitch before. But also 2, I just like how flowy it is. I don't know, it's fun, and it's not the most practical thing to wear because of, the drop stitch. I'd have to put something underneath it, which I don't know what I'd do, honestly, at this point. But I think it just has, I don't know, there's an air of elegance. I think I'm gonna do some sort of matching bottoms, which y'all pray for me, because I feel that's going to take me a minute to make. But I think this needs a matching bottom kind of a set thing. The only thing I wish I would have done different on this is just, use a different yarn color. I've been trying to use up yarns that I already have and not go out and buy so much yarn. But yeah, so I did that, and that's why it is the color that it is, which I still think is a really pretty color, just maybe not on me. but I don't know. I really love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It is a stunning piece indeed. Okay, what is that? Number 3. So number 4 probably has to be these granny square shorts that I did. I didn't love them at first, but after further evaluation, I actually really like them. Okay, they are very cute. They are a bit big on me, and by a bit big, I mean very big, but I think they're really cute. They're fun, and I'm gonna remake these in different colors, different sizes, figure out what works best, but those are a vibe for sure. And then my last one, what am I gonna give the number 5 spot to? No. Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, no. I know what's getting the number 5 spot. Okay, number 5. Oh wait, I actually have some really good contenders in here. Okay, no. I'm gonna give this, this takes number 5. So number 5 has to be my little crocheted people that I've been making. I just think they're so much fun. I love the creativity that comes with this. Like, they're so silly and goofy and just wacky and give me another word that basically means the same thing as all the things I've said so far. Like, I don't know. I just love them. I think they're a lot of fun. It's a very cool, like, pastime project to do because you're just, I don't know, you're just making patches. Like, I have a lot of plans on making more crocheted peeps. I already have a t-shirt that I'm working on. I have yet to sew them onto the t-shirt, but just looking at them pinned on there, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. So I really liked my little crochet people. And some of these things that I've mentioned, I do have tutorials on my channel for, so I'll make sure that those are like popping up on the screen and stuff. But yeah, I've made a lot. Those were just a few of my highlights of this year. And, now as we are stepping into 2025, I'm even more excited to do more. I know I can do better. It will get better. We're only going up from here. But yeah, I have a lot of things that I want to challenge myself to do in this new year. And with that said, I would like to share with you guys just a few of the things that I have plans on tackling with this new year. So last year, I got into beading with my little crochet people, so I definitely want to do more beading work on my crochet stuff, but also just like beading in general. That's something I really want to explore more. I want to play around with using more color. I know in 2024, I said I was going to do things with more color, or, that was my intention, but I really do want to challenge myself to do more color work. Just about everything that I've done has been, just one solid color. And it's because I'm too lazy to do color changes and then have to do like weaving in of lots of different ends of lots of different colors. That just never sounded appealing to me. But I think I could play around more with my crocheting and like have more fun and get more variety out of things if I would open up to doing more color mixing and not be so intimidated with end weaving. I can't let that stop me. So I want to do more things with color mixes, and I would like to make things that require like linings or like zippers, things that require me to, one, use the sewing machine that I spent $1 billion on, but also just use things that are going to make me use my sewing machine so that I can better my sewing skills. I really do want to not only do more crocheting in this new year, but I want to get into some knitting. I just bought a knitting machine. I made like one tube top so far because that was the only thing I managed to not drop stitches when making, which is a conversation for a whole nother day. But like, I want to do more of that. I want to do a whole lot more sewing. I just love the look that you get from these other types of crafting forms. So I want to incorporate, more of these into all the clothes that I'm wearing, because, I can't wear crochet everything like all the time. But I can have a wardrobe that is made of solely things that I have made. That is a goal, a lifetime goal. but a goal nonetheless. So I definitely want to contribute more to that goal in this new year. And this year, I think instead of like worrying about the amount of things that I'm making, I really want to focus on making more intricate and interesting things, you know, things that haven't necessarily like been done before. I've been doing a lot of stuff so far that's been like very practical, very, you know, socially acceptable and like very easily wearable out in society. But I'm a creative person and I really want to let my creativity roam free. But with that, I also want to challenge myself to try things that are a bit more unconventional. So I'm really interested to like see how far I can push, you know, the limits on my abilities with, you know, everything that I'm doing, crochet, sewing, knitting, you know, whatever, you name it. Like, I just want to see what all I'm actually able to do, because as the years go on, I'm getting more comfortable with wearing things that aren't so typical. And, you know, if I'm going to have the confidence and I don't know, the whatever else I need to actually wear some cooler pieces, like why not have those be things that I've made myself? You know, I can go out and buy them, sure, but it's a lot cooler to be like, "Ah, this top, stop, I made it myself," you know? And I've already started. Like, I'm literally sitting here, well, I'm babbling, but I'm in the process of making a top solely out of crochet thread. Like, I never would have thought I had the patience to make a top out of crochet thread. And the hook I'm using is a 3.25 millimeter crochet hook. Like, we're on the wild side of, you know, the crochet world. This is a lot, but I'm really excited to see how this top turns out. I'm feeling very hopeful. I think it's going to look cute. It better look cute. No, it's going to look cute. It will look cute. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see, you know, like what all I come up with and see how much more creative and how less scared I will be to do certain things. You know, doing things like only crocheting with crochet thread is not something I would have ever seen me doing in the foreseeable future, just because, you know, it seems like a really long, lengthy process. You know, I didn't think I had the patience for it, but here we are. Pat on the back for that. I'm really happy at myself on like not rushing the process. I'm learning that lesson in like more ways than one, and I think like crocheting has helped like really further that lesson for me. So, oh, another thing I really want to do this year is I want to make more patterns so I can share more stuff with you guys. I do actually, you know, shameless plug. I do have a Etsy shop and I have 2 patterns already on there. So you can check those out if you care to. All the information will be in the description. And yeah, I mean, I think pattern making is like high-key kind of scary, but I don't know. There's just so much more I can do with it. Like, well, okay, backtrack. So I actually do need to make patterns because I need to be able to remember how to make the things that I'm making for myself, but I want to share more with you guys. So I think it's a good opportunity for me to exercise my pattern making skills and, you know, hopefully be able to help you guys create some really cool stuff as well. And we can, you know, just all learn and grow on this little crochet journey together. But yeah, I'm working on making some patterns, and I actually have put up a few things on my Etsy of things that I've made, not patterns, of things I've made that I would like to sell. Which, speaking of sales, I've like made my first sale on Etsy. I think I actually have like 2 at this point, which isn't a lot, but it's a win nonetheless. Okay, because I honestly didn't have any intentions on ever making an Etsy, but I've just been making so much stuff that I'm just like, okay, I realistically, like, I should not be keeping all of these things. Like, get real, Jordan. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I'm really excited and happy that like other people are wanting the things that I'm making. And if that's you, make sure you go check out my Etsy, please and thank you. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some other things, but those are like the more long-term goals that I have for this year. You know, none of this stuff is going to be like overnight, but I'm really excited to see, you know, what comes of all of this. Last thing, or a few things that I really wanted to just mention to you guys, are some tips on things that have helped me grow on my crochet journey. I know more and more people are getting into crocheting, and yo, what's up? Like, this is a great hobby to have. It can be kind of stressful at times, but believe it or not, it's actually like anxiety reducing. You know, it's a fun hobby to have. You can literally do it anywhere. It doesn't have to be the most expensive hobby in the world, although it can get kind of pricey at times. But you know, we're not going to talk about that. Welcome. And yeah, so I just wanted to share some tips on things that have really helped me grow. And these are things that I actually really didn't get a good grasp on until late 2024. And doing these things has helped me enjoy crocheting more. So the first thing that I've started to do is I now draw out my ideas like with pen and paper, and I draw it out like, you know, in its completed form. And then I also do like breakdowns, and I break it into little fragments so I can conceptualize how, you know, like the pieces of my project are going to come together, so I can get an idea of like what type of shapes I need to be able to make to, you know, accomplish whatever design I'm working on. So that's been really helpful, because instead of just like looking at everything from like one big picture, you know, you break it up. And one, I found that it helps me to be a bit more creative, because I might start off doing one thing, but you know, as I'm working it, I find that like I'm able to do something like a little bit more like daring, and I end up with something like even cooler than what I had originally intended for. But so I really like that. It just, you know, breaks everything down into like bite-sized, manageable pieces, so I'm not overwhelming myself like thinking of this like big grandiose idea of a top. Like, you know, now it's like, okay, I'm just working on solely like a sleeve. Like, what is the sleeve going to look like what is the shape, you know, the silhouette I'm going for. And then the other thing that I've really been doing is, instead of just making a bunch of different things, I've started to just focus on making things with one stitch, or like one or two. So say I'm brand new to crocheting and all I know how to do is single crochets, you know? So what I would do is I take that skill and I just try to make a bunch of different things, like a wide variety. So maybe like a top and a pair of pants, and, you know, a skirt and maybe like a headband or whatever. And I just solely use primarily the single crochet. And what it does is you find that like you learn how to do increases and decreases and like different types of silhouettes, and you know, like, you know, just different shapes and stuff, all with one stitch. One, it forces me to be a bit more creative with how I can use that stitch, but then it also forces me to get better at doing that stitch. So the more I practice, you know, the skills and the movements of making, you know, my single crochets, the cleaner, the, you know, neater, and just more, what's the word? More like professional my stitching comes out. And one thing that I like really hold a lot of like pride, or just something that I hold really near and dear of high importance in my heart, is how things are being made instead of just like what I'm making. So if I'm making a top, I want it to be the best looking top there is out there. You know, I don't want to just crochet a top, which in the beginning that might have been enough, but I'm really trying to get better at this. And one of the big things with being better at something is, you know, being like, you know, very clean and polished and neat. So I found that that's been, you know, something that's a lot of fun, but also very helpful with my crochet journey. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So overall, I'm really excited about the progress I've made, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what I do in 2025. I've grown a lot more confident in my crocheting. I feel so much more creative, and I'm just feeling so hopeful for all that 2025 has to offer. So let's all continue to create some beautiful things together and have some fun along the way. Please make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel if you haven't already subscribed. And go ahead and take a second and follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to take Instagramming more serious in this new year. I think I said that last year too, but I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do a lot of things differently than how I have in the past. But yeah, go ahead, follow me on Instagram. I'll give you a second. Did you do it? Cool. Okay. So thank you for that. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys sometime soon. I have a few tutorials that I'm working on, and I have some cool video ideas. Blah, blah, blah. I have some other cool video ideas that I would like to work on as well. So you guys will be getting lots of new content for 2025. But until I see you again, I hope you guys have been having a great start to your year. I hope you guys stay safe, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye-bye.